Today, we're diving into a comprehensive comparison between the brand new Nikon Z5 II and the original Nikon Z5. The Z5 II brings a ton of upgrades after nearly 5 years, like lightning-fast burst shooting, a more flexible vari-angle screen, and 4K video at 60 frames per second. On the other side, the Nikon Z5 may be an older model, but it still offers a full-frame sensor experience at a significantly lower price. But the big question is, which one is best for your needs and style? Well, let's dive into a detailed comparison of these two full-frame mirrorless cameras and see which one is the right choice for you. And if you find this video helpful, please help out the channel by giving it a like and subscribing. Let's start off with the design and handling of these two cameras. At first glance, they look almost identical with same size, same control layout, and even the same grip feel. The Z5 II does weigh a tiny bit more at 700 grams versus the Z5's 675 grams, but honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to notice the difference. Both cameras come with dual UHS-2 SD card slots, which is a big win for storage flexibility. The Z5 II includes a new picture control button right on top, giving quicker access to custom color profiles. While neither camera features a top LCD screen, that's reserved for higher-end models like the Z6 III, and the manual dials are placed intuitively for both beginners and seasoned shooters. So, for day-to-day use, both cameras handle great, but the Z5 edges ahead slightly with its extra button customization and thoughtful enhancements. But if you're budget-conscious and don't mind skipping those bells and whistles, the Z5 still delivers solid usability. Moving on to the displays and viewfinders, there's a noticeable difference in quality and flexibility. The Nikon Z5 features a 3.2-inch tilt screen with 1.04 million dots of usable resolution, but far from impressive by today's standards. On the other hand, the Z5 II really steps it up with a 3.2-inch vari-angle screen packing 2.1 million dots. Not only is it sharper, but it also offers way more flexibility for vlogging, creative angles, or just checking your shot while filming. As for the electronic viewfinders, both use the same core OLED panel with 3.69 million dots and 0.8x magnification, but the Z5 II offers 18 brightness settings and goes up to a blinding 3000 nits. That's a serious leap from the Z5's 1000 nit EVF, which can struggle under bright sunlight. So, if you're someone who relies heavily on the screen or EVF for composition and manual focusing, the Z5 II is just more future-proof and pleasant to use. In terms of speed and responsiveness, this is where the Z5 II pulls away like a sports car from a stoplight. The original Z5 tops out at 4.5 frames per second in burst mode, but pretty sluggish by modern standards. On the other hand, the Z5 II jumps to 14 frames per second with its mechanical shutter and can even push 30 frames per second using the electronic shutter. That's a huge leap and perfect for capturing fast action like wildlife or sports. All of this is made possible thanks to the newer Xpeed 7 processor, which is a major upgrade from the older chip in the Z5. It doesn't just boost speed, it improves efficiency across the board. For everyday photographers, that means you'll rarely miss the moment with the Z5 II. So, if you shoot dynamic subjects, or just like that extra responsiveness, the Z5 II is the clear winner. On the flip side, the Z5 is still fine for casual shooting, portraits, or travel photography where speed isn't a top priority. When it comes to the video quality, the Z5 II clearly outclasses the original Z5. The older camera is stuck at 4K at 30 frames per second, and even that comes with a hefty 1.7 times crop, which limits your framing options. On the other hand, the Z5 II offers 4K at up to 60 frames per second, and gives you a choice between a cropped 60 frames per second or full-width 30 frames per second. And the Z5 II adds proper slow motion at 1080p at 120 FPS, which opens up more creative possibilities. And if you're into color grading and editing, you'll love the N-Log and N-RAW support on the Z5 II. It even records 12-bit N-RAW straight to SD cards, as long as you've got a fast UHS-2 card. While it's not a cinema camera, it offers enough tools to satisfy most hybrid shooters and aspiring filmmakers. So if video content is a core part of your workflow, the Z5 II is the far better choice. But if you just need casual clips or occasional video content, the Z5 still does the job, just with more limitations. Battery life is one of the few areas where the older Nikon Z5 has a slight edge. Both cameras use the same EN-EL15C battery, but the Z5 manages up to 470 shots via the LCD compared to just 380 on the Z5 II. When using the EVF, it's 380 versus 330 shots respectively. The newer model's brighter screens and added processing power probably account for the dip. But it's worth noting that real-world usage often varies based on your shooting style. If you're constantly reviewing shots, shooting video, or using burst mode, those ratings can drop fast on both models. As for storage, both cameras support dual UHS-2 SD cards, great for backups or separating RAW and JPEG files. For heavy shooters who don't want to carry a ton of spares, the Z5 might offer a tad more mileage, but for everyone else, the difference isn't likely to be a deal breaker. As for my final verdict, the Nikon Z5 II is a top-tier camera that checks a lot of boxes. It's faster, smarter, and far more versatile than the original Z5. But it does come at nearly double the cost of the Z5 in today's market. So if budget is your top concern and you mainly shoot stills in well-lit environments, the Nikon Z5 remains a solid option, especially given its current discounts. So if you're an enthusiast upgrading from a crop sensor or a hybrid shooter getting serious about video, the Z5 II is definitely worth the investment. But for casual photographers or beginners just stepping into the full-frame world, the Z5 still delivers where it counts, without breaking the bank.